Hello and welcome to the first episode of Shay's Reviews. In the past I've had some negative opinions about the Wii, so I decided to have a look back at it and see what exactly I didn't like about it. I don't hate the Wii as much as I used to before, but I can still find at least 10 things that I really dislike about it. And so, welcome to Shay's Review Top 10 Things I Hate About the Wii. Number 1. Why does the Wii have such a small hard drive? For a system that wants you to download some classic games and some new games alike, they give you very little space to do it in. This is the home page of my Wii menu. As you can see, there are no downloaded games here. However, I do have lots of downloaded games, it's just I've got them stashed on this SD card. It's got a load from the SD card, and here are all my games. I got quite a few, but the reason they're on here is because all of these, they won't even fit on the main screen. There's not enough space on the hard drive of the Wii. Number 2. Why is there such strict rules about what Wii console you play your downloaded games on? I mean, even if you could just transfer the one copy of the game around, like on a SD card like this, that would make it so much simpler to just bring a game to a friend's house, like how you do with cartridges and stuff. But even if you put this on a transferable SD card, you put it on another Wii, the stuff is still not licensed to that particular Wii, so it won't work. It just seems like such a rip-off. You can't even share with your family or your friends. Number 3. Why do so many of the WiiWare titles suck? Anyone heard of Pokemon Ranch? If any of you can recommend a good WiiWare title, please do in the comments below. Number 4. Why do the Virtual Console games cost so much? I mean, I understand the $5 for the NES game, but when I saw that I was excited, but then I realized that the further along you go in the generations of Nintendo consoles, the more expensive it gets. Let's take a look at the Nintendo Entertainment System titles. 500 Wii points. For the most part, they're all 500 Wii points, except for that one, which is 600. Anyway, that's a fair price for a downloadable classic game. But let's go all the way up to Nintendo 64. Now we're up to 1,000 Wii points. That's $10 as opposed to $5. And I mean, yes, when these were out, that might have been even too cheap a price for them, but these games have been completely forgotten by a lot of people except for hardcore classic gamers. Why are they $10? Why can't all of them be $5? Number 5. Why did Nintendo make it so awkward in order to play without motion sense controls? Normally, you would take your Wiimote and you would just do that. However, if it's a game that isn't primarily motion control, then in order for this to act like a proper controller, you need to attach the nunchuck, like so. So now, you essentially have your D-pad in this hand, and your buttons in this hand. Do you remember the old school? So simple. You have your D-pad here, your buttons here. So comfortable, right? I get that they wanted to do motion control, but why couldn't they just make it so everything was on the same controller, and you just turn the controller sideways to do motion control? Number 6. Why can't the classic controller always be an option for games that don't primarily use motion sensing? Look at this! This is the controller done right. Like if you just chop off these, just like the old classic controllers were, you could turn that sideways and use motion control. This should be an option for all games. Sometimes there's games that are so picky about it, they're like, no, you have to use the nunchuck and the Wiimote. When I have this sitting right here, why can't this be an option? 7. Why must you plug the classic controller into the Wiimote? Let's look here, see. Here's the Wiimote, here's the classic controller. To use it, you gotta plug it into the Wiimote, and now you can use it, but guess what, this part's useless. You just let that stay there, and that kind of takes away from it being a wireless system, doesn't it? Because now, you've got a wire, only it's a portable wire. Whee! I get that the controller needs some sort of power source, but does it really need to be leeching off of the Wiimote's power source? I mean, couldn't you just make this something that also requires batteries? You can even control the Wii menu controls with these analog sticks. So why is it connected here? It makes no sense. Or God forbid, a rechargeable battery. Number 8. Why can't any of the controllers be rechargeable? Like the PS3. All I have to do is plug that sucker in when it's getting low. Instead you've got to buy like 1,000 batteries. And good luck if you've got a wireless motion sensor. That takes like 5 batteries. 9. Why doesn't the Wii have Bluetooth? I mean, Wi-Fi is great, but I am so sick of the complicated method used to connect the controllers to the Wii. Why can't I just press a button and the Wii detects that it's there? Why is it when none of the Wiimotes connect to the Wii, I have to go and press a button on the Wii, press a button on the Wiimote, and then wait for the blinking lights to tell me, oh God, it's connected, thank God I can go into my menus again. Let's have a look at Mr. PS3. This is the PS3 controller. It's not connected yet. Press a button. Hey, it's connected! Finally, number 10. This may sound nitpicky, but why can't I rearrange my channels? It's so frustrating! Show you what I mean. Look at this, it goes nicely here, and that's fine. But if we go over here, there's these 2 channels in this middle of nowhere abyss. Is there any on my SD card? Yeah, there is. This one blank space. Every so often I download something I don't like, so I get rid of it. But I can't reorganize these to look like they're all filled properly. It's infuriating. I just want to sort it. I'm going to click this, I'm going to put it over here, and then it'll look orderly. And that was my top 10 things I hate about the Wii. Let me know what you think in the comments below. See you next time on Shay's Reviews. Hi and welcome to Shay's first episode. No. To the first episode of.
Sorry!